Welcome to the LawyerFair.co.uk Daily Podcast. LawyerFair helps businesses find the right lawyer at the fairest price. But on this podcast, we just chew the fat with some great guests.
Hello, welcome again to the LawyerFair Daily Podcast. Thank you very much to Penny, our sultry voiceover intro there. And today I'm joined from Singapore by Martin Nygate. Welcome, Martin.
Thank you. Good morning or good afternoon to all of your guests.
Indeed, it is the afternoon with Martin in Sultry Singapore, as we've just been discussing. Constantly sultry, Martin, I understand.
Indeed. Very nice and warm and sunny, 24/7.
Well, that's pleasing. I'm wearing my jumper in the middle of a West London September day. Now, Martin is the MD, CEO, founder, CEO of Gentay Communications based in Singapore. And we're going to go into some detail about one particular product that they are creating. Now, on their website, I liked very much, Martin, that you don't focus on Me Too products. You're clearly genuine innovators in what you're doing.
Very much so. Also extremely disruptive to a lot of very different industries. So this is something very, very different.
And what, I mean, just give us a range. We'll go into this one particular product in a moment. But what kind of range of sectors have you been involved in, or are you involved in?
Well, our heritage is within the maritime industry, and we were actually, and that's one of the reasons we're based in Singapore, because it is a centre for the maritime industry. And we were solving problems in the maritime industry. The problem that we were trying to solve was ship-to-shore communications, where people on board vessels have been trying to use applications like Skype, Line, Viber, WhatsApp, and so on, to make voice calls to their families and friends back on shore. However, ships communicate to the shore via satellite, and the satellite suffers from two problems. One is that it's slow speed, and second, it's very expensive. The problems with Skype, Line, Viber, WhatsApp, and all the conventional VoIP applications is that they use so much data for voice communications that they simply clog up the satellite communication. And that's really the problem that we were trying to solve, is how can we create a VoIP application that works over satellite? And we solved that problem, and we were able to develop a product that uses about 80% less bandwidth than Skype and Line and Viber with the same call quality. So we solved it over the satellites, and then we realized that there's a whole world out there of cellular communications where the conventional VoIP applications like Skype, Line, Viber, and WhatsApp, and so on, that their voice apps, they work reasonably well in a 3G environment, but on 2G they simply don't work at all. And we are the only VoIP application in the world that works perfectly well on 2G, congested 3G, uncongested 3G, 4G, Wi-Fi, and even over satellite.
Well, it's fascinating. And the product, I mean, I was particularly excited looking at the website, Martin, about Nanu, which is the product that's particularly interesting in this discussion to me. And I have to say, I've got a Spanish wife, and we make a lot of calls to Spain, and the Spanish know how to talk. Let me put it bluntly. So the fact that the Nano, I think you're going to explain more, offers free app to non-app calls, is fascinating. Just give us a bit more background.
Okay, the CTO of the company is actually my son Daniel, and Daniel and I have been working together since he was about 17. And Daniel is the technical innovator. He was the one who came up with the technical innovation that allows us to transmit voice communications at 80% less bandwidth. I look at problems from a commercial perspective, and what concerned me was that companies like Skype and Line and Viber and WhatsApp particularly, that they really don't have a credible revenue stream. Yes, Line makes some money through selling stickers and games, but they don't. WhatsApp makes very little money. Skype makes a little bit of money from Skype out, but they don't really make a lot of money. What we've done, or what Daniel has done, and his team, they've created some technology that allows us to insert an advert over ringtone. Now, what that means is that today, when you make a call and it goes ring, 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 and after X number of seconds, the recipient picks up. In the case of Nanu, over the ringtone, what happens is you hear an advert. This call is brought to you by McDonald's. Click on the banner at the end of the call for your free bag of fries. Now, McDonald's pay me to transmit that advert. And of course, that advert is completely non-intrusive, because remember, you, the caller, are hearing it, and the advert ceases the moment the recipient picks up the call. So it's completely non-intrusive. And of course, the advert itself is 100% delivery guaranteed. And the recall rates are actually very high, because you're listening, you're waiting for the recipient to pick up. So you're actually listening to the advert. And of course, you're positively dispositioned to McDonald's in this case, because McDonald's have given you the free call. So McDonald's pays me, and because McDonald's pays me, I can offer you not only free calls Nanu to Nanu, but I can actually offer you free calls from Nanu to any landline, any mobile, anywhere in the world, and that means the end of phone bills.
Well, that is a marvellous sales pitch, isn't it? I mean, that last line is all you need to get people interested. And how's the development? I mean, where are you in your development process?
Well, we launched our open beta app in August of last year, which was, as I said, it's an open beta app, and since then we've gained about over 2.5 million registered users worldwide in 211 countries. Our biggest market by far is India, where we have 1.6 million users. Our second biggest is Brazil. And on the 5th of October, we'll be launching what's called our release app. This is the app itself that we're going to start working to expand. And the app itself includes not only VoIP communications at very low bandwidth, but we'll also be offering free messaging and uniquely, and this is another unique attribute, free SMSs, i.e. from Nanu, you can send an SMS to any mobile anywhere in the world, again, free of charge. Wow. That's something, again, that no one else can do.
Very exciting. I'm imagining by the 211 countries, Martin, that includes the UK, which is...
Indeed.
Yeah. Have you got fairly wide coverage in the UK so far?
I'm not sure how many users, but I understand that our core target market is not the developing countries. Our target market is not the world's first billion. The world's first billion are covered reasonably well with Skype, Line, Viber, WhatsApp, and so on, where you have reasonably good 3G and 4G coverage. Those are not our target markets. Our target markets is the second to the fourth and the fifth billion. People in India, Indonesia, South America, Africa, people who have pretty poor 2G or congested 3G communications. And these people want to make free phone calls and they can't. But with Nanu, they can.
Got it. That's really interesting. And tell me this, that's fascinating. What's the, I mean, if anybody needs to find out about it, you just Google Nanu, I assume, Nanu.
Yeah, you just go onto the Play Store and type in Nanu, or iOS, Android, type in Nanu and you'll find it. Our website is hellonanu.com and you can download from there as well. So it's www.hellonanu.com. But just go to Google Play Store, type in Nanu and download the app and make free calls.
Okay, well, we always include we transcribe these conversations, Martin, so that if anybody's listening to that didn't catch it, that will be on the transcript of this conversation. Listen, that's brilliant, and Martin has joined us with very little notice, so thank you very much for all of that. I'm also fascinated, Martin, having come from a family business background, that you and your son have been working since he was 17, which is how long ago now?
Oh, goodness, he's 25 now, so do the maths. 5, 6, 7 years? 8 years?
8 years.
8 years, yeah.
And it's clearly a successful working relationship.
Oh, very much so. In fact, my whole family, we're kind of like all of us involved in some way or another in the business. And here's a tidbit that you'll be interested in. The reason that we called the application Nanu was quite interesting. It's when we were thinking about what to call it, we were sitting around the dinner table, the whole family, and it was actually my daughter Nicole at that time who piped up and said, "Why not call it Nanu?" And the reason is because when Daniel was a baby, when he was like really, really young, his name, I used to call him Nanu. It was his pet name. So Nicole piped up and said, "Why not call it Nanu?" And we thought about it, and we thought, well, it seems to be a good idea. And then we put it through to our branding agency and they looked at it and they said, actually, it's a very, very good name. It's short, it's sweet, it's concise, it just sounds well. And that's why Nanu stuck. So Nanu is because that's what I used to call Daniel when he was a baby.
It's a brilliant name and a great story. Martin, thank you so much again for joining us at short notice and good luck. You're clearly going places, already have reached a number of places, but going much further, I'm sure. Thanks for joining us.
Sure, with pleasure. Thank
Martin,
you.
Thanks a lot. That was the LawyerFair Daily Podcast. Thank you very much for listening.
Thanks for listening to the LawyerFair.co.uk Daily Podcast. If you'd like to listen to more, why not subscribe and download each episode via iTunes or visit us on the LawyerFair.co.uk website.